Hey everybody, we're here.
Hey.
Is that my robot voice?
No, well, I mean a little bit.
Cool.
It's either robot or like DJ, like
DJ.
back in the day DJ.
Yeah.
But it's
Not
good.
a DJ.
No,
Not a DJ.
nor are you a robot. But it's been a weird day for me today. I've done nothing but bake.
You've been baking it up.
I'm trying to find these recipes like that you can eat virtually guilt-free since it's the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah.
Yeah, all these foods are going to be popping up everywhere. People are going to be doing cookie exchanges. You're going to go to parties and so I'm trying to find ways that we can still feel like we're indulging a little bit, but it's not that bad. So I've already had these pumpkin muffins because of Thanksgiving that I've been making.
Oh, yeah.
Well, somebody brought up to me the other day on Instagram, they're like, but Angie, I don't like pumpkin. Can you come up with one without the pumpkin? And I'm like, well, what am I going to replace? Because the pumpkin brings in the flavor and the moisture.
Right.
So I thought, well, banana. Because I've been making Brooke and y'all banana muffins, not the healthy way, like the real deal muffins.
Man, they're freaking good, too.
And I thought, why not do it with protein? So I did today, and they're actually really good, and I was super excited. But I'm trying to think of some other, like, Christmas goodies that I could come up with that are virtually guilt-free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these muffins I made, they have a little bit of carbs, but they're complex carbs. They have a little bit of fats, but when I say a little bit of fat, I mean, like, a little bit. But they're healthy fats. Sugars are natural sugars. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not...
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 7 grams of carbs in one muffin, but it's complex carbs because there's nothing in them that's like bad. So you can really eat 1 or 2 and not feel bad about it. So I'm trying to come up with some other Christmas goodies. So that's what I've been doing all day. That's where my mind's been all day. So I'm just now sitting down to podcast and drink my wine. And let me say, this wine I'm drinking was brought to me by one of my best friends. She brought me a bottle of wine the other day.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, she rolled up in the gym for squats and stuff class, and she brought me a cold bottle of wine. And I'm not going to lie. Yes, I am not going to lie. I was like, girl, I could crack this open. It's cheat day. But, obviously I was working, so I did not. I saved it for Sunday night to wind down to, no pun intended, to wind down to.
To wind down.
And it's really good. So
watch the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Bears. Who are the Bears playing?
The Bears. They're playing the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams.
2 wild animals fighting it out.
Yeah. The best team in the NFL right now, 11-1.
I just forgot we were on video, and I just literally raised my shirt halfway up to scratch my back.
Did you really?
We may have to edit that out. I don't know. Oh, my goodness.
We'll do what we got to do.
Well, anyway, I hope your Bears
We'll put
win.
a little blurb in there.
Right.
We'll...
It is what it is. It's just skin. I didn't, show my boob or anything.
Okay.
I mean, it's just skin.
It's a
But
shame.
I hope your Bears win tonight. We'll know by the time this podcast goes up if they did or not. But, I'm pulling for you, buddy.
Thank you.
Steelers lost.
The Steelers lost. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's a good thing. Bengals lost. Yep.
Well, I got that bet still going with Brandon. We both lost again tonight, but we decided to go ahead and push it. I did not know that the Bengals play the Steelers again this season, and they do.
Yep, last game of the season.
So we decided just to put everything on that game. So at least one of us will win and one of us will lose. I have a feeling I'm going to lose. I love my Bengals, and I do have faith, but I'm also a realist.
Well, they're starting quarterbacks out.
Yeah.
Well. I don't know if he's coming back. I don't keep up with him that well.
I don't know, but anyway, it is what it is. Our internet's out, too.
Our internet is out.
Which is a big headache. But you know what? So, our son, and if you have kids, especially boys, you'll understand this, he's a Fortnite freak.
Oh my gosh, Fortnite all the time.
Freakazoid.
He's crazy about that thing.
And, I hate that he plays it all the time, but in this weird type of way, he has some learning disabilities, and I know this sounds really strange, but I think it's helping him. He can't read very well, but he's getting better now.
I think
because, not directly because of Fortnite, but indirectly because these kids will message him, on the messenger thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he wants to read it. He wants to know what they're saying. He's interested. He wants to know. So he tries really hard to read it, then he messages back. And since playing Fortnite, I feel that he's improved. I'm not saying that he should play Fortnite all the time. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm sure school is helping him as well. But
he's got a great teacher this year.
No, he does.
She's doing a lot for him.
He's so interested in what these kids are trying to say to him. You know what I mean? But I say all that to say he plays Fortnite a lot. And Jeff and I talked the other day about, gosh, we got to shut it down some. He's got to come out of his room and interact and do something different. Well, our internet went out today, so he did. And I found him when I was doing all my baking. I was like, what is this kid doing? I look over, he's in my chair, all snuggled up. And you know what he's watching? Well, you came in.
Yeah, he's watching Gilligan's Island.
Because we don't have our cable. Our cable won't work without internet. So we just have this basic channels that are for free. So you get just the basic channels.
Right.
And for whatever reason, Gilligan's Island was on. I didn't even know it was still on. It's on, and he's watching it and laughing at it.
If you have the basic, we just got the basic internet. Well, no, we got the Mac Daddy internet package, which obviously isn't that Mac Daddy. And with that, I just realized that if you got that basic cable where you plug it into your wall and in the back of your TV, so you get 80 channels,
like old school style.
But it's completely old school. You can't record it, you can't pause it. It's just whatever's on, and when it's on is when you can watch it.
Right.
But it's nice. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I can go watch the Bears tonight. Before I was like,
what am I gonna do?
I'm screwed. I can't stream it. I don't want to really run my dad up on my little iPad or something.
Right.
But.
Well, he was watching it, and it was really neat for him to be out of his room, and be watching a good wholesome show. And then you and him watched something on Discovery Channel together. It was just good to do something different.
Yeah, we hung out.
It was in this. He was in this.
Doing more creative things on the iPad, even when he was on it. So he was working with his YouTube stuff, and he was working with designing the page and designing pictures,
right?
And using, so he's doing stuff. He has it down. So he's good with that stuff.
Yeah, he came.
But we were watching the Discovery Channel where they're building a house out of storage units or something, and he was loving that. So we watched a few shows.
Right. I was in my closet putting clothes away, and he came in. He was like, I was like, what? He goes, I need to borrow your closet for the quiet. I got to record my intro, which was really funny. I was like, okay, so I let him. But so it's really kind of good in a weird way that the internet's out, and it may be out until I don't know, a few days.
Yeah, I got to figure it out. I mean, I've done all the troubleshooting I can do, and it is something with
Suddenlink.
Yeah.
Suddenlink, we're not connected. What's wrong with this?
We're not.
We're not connected. But luckily it doesn't affect our podcasting, so we're good to go.
That's right.
But anyway, and now I also today I started feeling the stress of Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And for all those who have had their Christmas shopping done, screw you. I'm jealous.
Yes, very.
Some people have their Christmas done and wrapped, and they're ready to go. And every year, I say at the end of the year, next year, by Thanksgiving or the week after Thanksgiving, I want to be done shopping, and I want to have everything wrapped so I can sit back and enjoy the Christmas season. I can go to parties, I can have parties, I can sit back, relax, and watch the movies and cuddle with my kids. But no, I don't. Because we have to do Christmas after Christmas bonus time. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen for us until this coming up week. So it's always to the wire.
It is always to the wire. So we have that goal in 2019.
Again.
So that's
an
exciting thing to shoot for in 2019.
It's not going to happen unless we start saving money. We have to.
Right.
We always say we're going to, but then something comes up. Somebody needs tires, or the freaking battery goes out in the car, or a pipe bursts in our house. We got to replace it. There's always something that takes the money.
Life.
The
journey. The battle.
The journey. And that's going to be my theme for this coming week.
Is it?
Yes. I have a theme every week on my social media. I've been trying to do this for the past few weeks, and it's working well.
It's working really well.
But this week, I'll just share with you real quick, because it'll be the week. Anyway, see what you think about this. You always hear the term fitness journey, right?
Yes.
And people don't stop and think what that word journey means. And I looked it up. And it means going from place to place over a long period of time. So it's a journey. It's not a trip. Right? You never hear anybody say fitness trip. You want to watch my fitness trip? I'm going to create an Instagram page and show my fitness trip.
Can I tell you something?
Nobody says that.
Can I tell you something? That's
Sure.
pretty good, though. That just hit me. Because that's what most people do, is a fitness trip.
Exactly.
Because
That's what
a fitness trip
I was getting
is
to.
short term, right?
That's what I was getting to. A trip is like, oh, I'm going on a work trip. Oh, I'm going on a girl trip. Oh, I'm going on a guy trip. Oh, we're going on a family trip.
Right.
Right? Because you're going from place to place, but a trip, the definition, is for a short period of time. So you have to remember, right? You have to remember you're on a fitness journey. It takes time. And on a journey also, I started thinking, you learn things. You have ups and downs.
Yes.
It's a long journey,
Yes.
so you're going to run into roadblocks, so to speak.
Right.
Your car's going to break down. Your flight's going to be canceled.
Yes.
But just because your flight's canceled, do you turn around and go home? If you're on a journey and you're trying to get somewhere, then you're not.
You can't.
If you're moving, a journey is a move. If you're moving from West Virginia to Panama City, just because your car breaks down,
That don't change.
you're not going to go. So fitness journey. That's kind of, I won't go, that's all I'm going to say. But the whole week I'm going to focus on that to keep people, to help people remember that it's a fitness journey. It's going to take time. And you're going to get there. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. Because normally journeys aren't. But it's not a trip. It's not a girl trip. It's not like, oh, you're going to get there fast. If you get there fast, you're not staying. You're coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're coming.
So anyway.
But I like the topic because
there's so many ways you can go with it.
you can go a lot of ways with it. But I mean, a journey, like you said, there's ups and downs. There's struggles.
There's obstacles.
There's wins. There's losses. There's highs. There's lows. However you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not turning around.
Right.
I mean, your journey is set. And the thing is, in a journey, I think, if you're going to go on a journey, winging it's not the way to go.
No.
And that's a problem I've had in the past. It's like, everybody wants to get to this place. And I'm not even talking physically. I'm talking in every way. Like, it could be financially.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I struggle with my journey. Financially, or in your career, do you have a plan? Do you actually have a plan in place, like fitness journey?
Right.
And you know, there's people that have it together in their career, and they got a plan, and they're killing it, and they're going forward, but they can't get it together in their fitness journey, or their spiritual journey,
Right.
or their financial journey. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, it's because it all has got to be approached the same way. You can't reach something. You can't hit a target if you're not aiming at it.
Well,
You know?
right. And also, I feel like that a lot of times, I thought about this today too when I was doing my planning, that so many times when you're on a fitness journey or when you're on any type of journey, like you said, financial or with your job or with your career, you know, maybe you're just out of college and you're focusing on your career and what you're going to do. If you focus too much on the result, if you put all your focus on the result and what you're trying to get to, you're not going to change. What you have to do is focus on the change. Focus on today. Focus on the change. Once you focus on the change and put all your weight down on the change you're making, you're going to get the results. If you put all your weight down on the end result, you're not going to change.
You got to focus on the plan you put together, on the task today.
Right.
And put all your energy and your effort into doing that task.
Right.
The best you can do it. And then you do it again the next day and the next day. You can't, you know, the goal's out there, right?
Right.
It's to lose 200 pounds, right?
Right.
Okay, so you know it's out there. But if you work hard at the plan that's put together for you, like if you put a plan together for me, and I got to lose 200 pounds, you're going to say, don't worry about losing 200 pounds today.
Mm-hmm.
Worry about doing these. Look, I got you doing the cardio. Don't lighten up.
Mm-hmm.
Beat this thing today. If you do your best every day at the task that you've set forth, you're going to be successful.
Right. But we all do it. I mean, say your goal is to lean out and get abs. Okay, so every day, instead of focusing on your end result of getting abs and like stressing and checking in the mirror and looking at yourself, because we all do it. We're all guilty of it. Get in there and work, and don't worry about it. Because if you get in there and work and you put in the work, it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's kind of my focus this week, and where I'm going to put my energy in my postings and
It's a good
my
theme.
motivation for the week.
Well, it's good for everything. I mean, we're coming into the end of the year. You know, it's crazy. We're going to start
Right.
at 2019.
And everybody starts thinking about this stuff.
They start thinking about it. They're like refreshed. It's like, okay, we're gonna have our holidays. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna start over, and we're gonna set some goals and objectives and do. I want to set some things this year that aren't going to fall by the wayside. I want it to be lifestyle changes. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
really put it down and really hold myself accountable. And I think that's the big thing, is having people that
Oh,
you
gosh.
trust and know that you're like, look, I want you to, here's what I want to do this year. But people don't tell people.
Accountability partners are huge.
Successful people are accountable.
Right. And
They're accountable to other people.
and like you said, somebody that you trust. But here's the thing with, I just relate it to fitness because that's my thing. I encourage people, and this scares a lot of people, and I can understand why. It would have scared me when I started my journey back in whatever year it was. We didn't really have, we had Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but it wasn't common to put this type of stuff out there. And we didn't use Facebook and Instagram like that. It was weird. I would have had trouble with this too, but I always encourage people to put themselves out there. Because if you document it on social media, because a lot of people give people flack about putting their fitness stuff on social media and give them a hard time. Oh, we don't care. It's not that we don't care if you care. We're basically doing it as an accountability. And that's what I tell
Right.
my people. Well, I don't, they'll say, well, I don't want to wear people out with it. Then they don't have to look at your page. But guess what? Some people you're encouraging, some people you're inspiring. And guess what? You're holding yourself accountable. Because if you're putting yourself out there and you put your, now pictures out there and you want to have something to compare it to, and people are seeing this with you, just like when you did the carnivore thing, I'm like, you got to put it out there because it's a part of an accountability.
You're right, and it was huge.
And it
'Cause I
was
knew
big-
every day I had to hold true to it.
Right, because people are
'Cause
watching.
I had to answer, because you were like, we got to post something
Right.
every so many days.
Right.
And every time I had a temptation, that was there.
Somebody's going to, because you got to do this update.
I had to tell a whole bunch of people
Right.
what I've been doing.
Right.
And it's so important. And I think, you know what? Freaking screw those people that get mad.
I agree.
You know why? Because you're doing a good thing for them. You're beating them down.
Yeah.
You're showing them that I'm working hard, I'm going to attain my goals, and I'm trying to show you progress.
Right.
Little progress is great. Little by little by little. Don't wait till you have that then and now picture.
Right.
Show the results and let people see what you're doing. And you know what? A lot of the haters that you've known have turned out to be clients later on.
Well,
Or they've
yeah.
turned out to be the people that call you and want advice. Or
Right.
They want, you know what I mean? But they're like the people that kind of... It's just, when people are negative towards people about something, there's something wrong with them. There's not something wrong
Yeah.
with you.
I mean, I agree with that. And for every one person that might roll their eyes or be like, oh my gosh, here she goes again with posting this, there's about 5 or 10 people who are encouraged by it. And you will even get messages by saying, oh my gosh, you're so encouraging, or you're so inspiring, or thank you for sharing because it's making me feel like I can do it. When you get that one person to say that, it makes you feel like, yes, I'm doing something not only to help myself,
Right.
but I'm helping someone else who might be on chapter 1 and I'm already over here on chapter 5 because I finally got started. I might only be at chapter 5, but somebody's at chapter 1 watching my story. And I'm over here watching someone else's story. And that's the beauty, I think, of Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever social media platform that you use to do this on. You can find people who, yes, are a little bit ahead of you. But if they're not freaking arrogant douchebags, they'll be inspiring to you because you're going to find the douchebags out there. You're going to find the people who are like really conceited with it.
But isn't that everything?
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that everything? I mean,
Absolutely. But you're
if
going
you
to
were
find...
a gamer, you'd have those people.
Yeah, you're going to find good, encouraging people.
It's just the world you choose to live in.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people just need to do. They need to step out there, put themselves out there, put their story out there, because you will help somebody. You will help way more than just somebody.
And you'll help yourself.
And you'll help yourself
And you'll
because you're going to
change
push yourself. Right. So
your mind will change, your focus will change.
Right.
And once you start seeing those results.
Yep. And I guarantee you, like, I mean, I said this before. I don't know if I said it on here or if I said it on my social media where I said I talk a lot. But I said something, maybe it was just to you, but I said, I think I'm going to set this pull-up goal again this year. It seems like for the past 3 years, I've said, by Christmas this year, I want to be able to do 10 unassisted pull-ups. I think I've been saying that for 3 years now.
You know what your problem
is? But here,
I'm
going to tell you, I think that if I put myself out there and, like, documented it like I'm saying everybody else to do, like, all right, how many am I going to get by Friday? Because I put it out there. Oh, I did 3 again. Oh, I did 3 again. It's going to push me to, like,
there you go.
I've got to do more than 3. I'm getting ready to put it on here Friday. Fridays,
there you go.
Pull up Friday or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I don't do that all the time. I do that with some things, but you know, like you did with the carnivore, put it out there.
Right.
People are going to be watching. Okay, she got 3 last Friday. She should at least get 4 this Friday. You know what I mean? Or maybe 2 Fridays from now. Maybe 2 Fridays from now.
Your goal's too
My
long.
goal's too long. That's another good point,
You can't put a
Runyon.
goal for that type of thing a year out.
You're right.
I'm talking 3 months.
I should put it.
You bet no 60 days you should be able to have
Let's
10.
think about this. If I
kidding
started
me?
January 1st, February, March, what's spring? First day of
Yeah,
spring?
you should be able to do
March
10
22nd?
plus.
Dang, why are you putting this on me?
10 plus.
You coming at me, bro?
Because you limit yourself.
I agree. And I do the same thing. I said the same thing in the gym yesterday. We all do. We all limit ourselves. We all have bad days. We all I always feel like I have to, with me being in my field, the person who's supposed to motivate, the person who's supposed to do everything right, the person who's supposed to never have a bad day. I was weak in the gym Saturday and I was getting frustrated. I was beating myself up,
Yeah,
but I have to remember, what would I tell my clients? I got to tell that to me. You're going to have a bad day. You're going to have an off day. You're going to have a day where you don't feel as strong, and it could be for whatever reason. Maybe you stayed up too late the night before. Maybe you didn't eat properly before the gym. Maybe you have an injury. My back was bothering me that day. You know, it could be any reason.
Maybe that's an excuse.
Maybe you just no, it really wasn't. Maybe you just aren't feeling strong that day, or maybe it's that you did the 2 exercises you did before. I did go really hard on this.
Yeah, you were going heavy.
So
I mean, that's...
you know, there's anything. So you can't beat yourself up over it. But you got to keep pushing. But anyway, I didn't mean to get off on this topic. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hijack your podcast.
No, I like this topic. This is good. This is where I wanted to go. I like this. The journey and the trip.
Yes, the journey versus the trip. So that's my focus this week on
the journey versus the trip.
Yeah. It's not a trip. It's not a vacation.
Whatever.
It's a permanent lifestyle change.
Right.
And it's a journey.
Right.
And I'm still on this journey. I mean, you know, once you started, I really don't feel like it's all. And we said this the other day. It's not over. Because when it's over and you feel like you've reached the destination and you're all good,
it's never over.
I'm worried about that.
Life is never over.
Right.
Ask anybody people think I'm going to sell off into the sunset. I'm going to work, and I'm going to retire, and I have this no.
Right. We talked about this the other day.
Right. I'm just saying it's with your journey. What are you trying to get to? Bikini season?
Right.
What happens after bikini season? Do you let it go? Was that it? Is that the trip? Is that the trip?
Right.
Because if it is, you're thinking wrong. You're setting yourself up.
Yeah.
Looking good in a bikini is just what it is, because you are who you are, and it's your journey. And you know what? Next year, you'll look good in the bikini too, and you might even look different because your journey might have changed and it might have increased. You might have been like, okay, last year I was leaner and thinner, and now I'm totally into lifting, and I want to get thicker.
Oh, it changes.
I want to get some muscle.
Time. Right.
I want to add some. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
Or it might be the opposite.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But I'm just saying, it's amazing what happens with your mind and your body when you go on the journey.
Yeah, and you never. And the fun thing about it too is you know, you're going to meet. You know, if you start a fitness journey, you'll meet so many different people along the way. What really I love about helping people on their journeys is I put together, you know, so I have some of these small groups and some classes and things like that, and they are like a little family, and they didn't know each other before that. So
Right,
now you
that's
have a
true.
good group of fitness accountability partners, fitness friends that, you didn't, and you might not ever talk to them except for when you're at your workout class, or except for when, if when you go work out together.
Right.
But if you're not there for 2 weeks, you got a group of girls or a group of guys or a group of people or whatever it is calling you, being like, okay, so-and-so might be falling here or might be going off track here. Let's rally together and get them back on track, hold them accountable. And I've had girls before say, I really don't want to be here tonight, but the only reason I came is because I just wanted to see you guys. So
That's
I encourage
awesome.
people, too, to find a small training class, whether it's with me or whether it's with anybody else in your area. Find a small group training session, a class of some sort, even if it's just once a week. Maybe it's not your every single workout class, but just once a week or something, because it's great accountability partners, because you're surrounding yourself with people with your same goals, people who are going to bring you up. Because maybe you don't have a significant other that's on track with you. I'm lucky enough to have that. But it would be hard.
It's hard if you don't.
It'd be hard if you live with someone, whether it's your significant other or
Yeah,
if you're
if
a
you're not
single
on the same
parent
track,
and your kids. Let me tell you, I can't imagine.
Because their priorities are different, and they think that their priorities should be your priorities.
Right. And if they don't want to eat how you're eating.
I mean, shoot, I remember when you never went to the gym, and I would get up at 5:30 to go to the gym. You go, why are you going to the gym?
Right.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's stupid. Why are you going at 5:30? I mean, why are you going every day of the week to the gym at 5:30? And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I just had a challenge with a buddy.
I was like, what?
Right?
What? Yeah.
Like, I had a challenge with a buddy, and we met there, and it was like this ego thing, like, I'm going to beat you there. We worked out together, and then we went to work. And I wouldn't even really know what I was doing at the time. I wasn't even really getting great results. I was getting a decent workout.
Yeah.
But the thing is, as soon as he stopped showing up, I quit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, but to go back to what you're saying, finding a small, like if you start to train or you start to work out, yeah, if you can find a small class where you can meet people and bond, there's no better way to bond than through physical pain.
Right.
Right? But I'll tell you what's huge, and I tell you this from a professional standpoint too, because in my business, and what I do is I'm in the insurance business, and I help agents develop their agencies, and I help them. We provide them markets so they can sell more insurance through different carriers, and our members join, and they get to be in these programs. Like we have a BIA program, which is a Business Insurance Advantage program, and you go through it for so many weeks, and you graduate. So you put a producer in there, and he gets trained. Okay, he gets trained on commercial lines. He gets trained on how to do everything. He gets trained on the basics. So we teach him, but then there's a graduate program, and that's what's cool, because I'm doing that call all the time, every other week. And once they graduate, we have this call, and you have groups. So we have like 6-8 agents on this call every 2 weeks, and we all have a call. It's kind of like a sales call, but you have this call, and you talk about what you're working on, and they're all over 3 different states. Okay, so there's some guys, and they'll be like, wait, you're doing what in that? Or they'll say, I've got these prospects, and they're auto body shops, and I cannot figure out where to place them or what to do with them. Well, you got all these other guys saying, did you ever think of this? Did you ever think of that? There's like this camaraderie I watch with these guys. And I say that because I remember when I started my agency from scratch, and I had nobody.
Yeah.
I didn't know another soul in the business.
So you can bounce ideas off each other.
Well,
and
you feel
suggestions
alone.
And
I felt discouraged.
That's horrible.
And I sat there and I thought, am I an idiot?
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing this right? Am I talking about the right things? Am I focused on the right? And all I had was the carrier I wrote for at the time. I was trying to develop an agency. I didn't have anybody else. And I watched these guys start their agency come in, and I tell them that. I'm like, you don't understand how great it is to have these people that become, you would think they're competitors, but they're not. And then we have our conferences and we have our meetings, and they all come together, and it's like this big family, and it's really cool.
Right.
And they probably don't talk about each other or to each other outside of that much, but the comfort, like you said, with it's just having somebody else in your shoes.
Yeah. And even if you don't join a fitness class or go work out with, because me myself, I don't like to work out with anybody. I do occasionally, like I work out with you just fine.
Yeah.
And occasionally I work out with my clients here and there, or I'll work out with a friend. The other day I worked out with Chaz. I'll do that occasionally. It's fine. But I like to work out by myself. That's just me. But even if you're that type of person, normally you go to the gym the same time every day. So does everyone else. Everyone is routine oriented. There are a few wanderers out there that come and go here and there. But I'm in the gym every single day for lots of hours because that's where I work. And I can tell you what time. I've almost got it down to where I hear the door click. I look at the clock and I'm like, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. I mean, I'm getting that good.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, even if you don't work out with these people or join a class, the same people are going to be in the gym at the same time and you become a family. And like you said, they'll help you. You can throw ideas off each other. They can rip their headphones out. Oh, you're doing legs today. I tried this the other day. Why don't you try that? You want to try that? Just little things like that. Mm-hmm. And you might be intimidated by the gym. I was so intimidated by the gym when I started. I stayed in cardio land. I was on that treadmill. I was on that elliptical, and I would work those machines, and then I would leave because I didn't want to go over to where those guys were birthing babies. I didn't want to go over where they were grunting and moaning and spitting and, you know what I mean, and throwing their protein shakes down on the floor. I didn't want to go there. That scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
But then I hired a trainer. I found out what I was doing, and then I went over, and it's not so bad. It's really not bad over there.
Well, no.
They're actually really nice people
Jump
most
in.
of the time. So, I get all of that.
You're hot, too,
but,
so it's easier to be really nice.
Whatever, Runyon. That's...
When you're really hot.
But that's not... They're not like that.
No, of course not.
No, I mean, I'm serious. At least at our gym, all the meathead guys are nice to the old ladies, too. They are. You know that.
I'm kidding. I know our gym.
Anyway, I'm just saying, all that aside, just being in a place, in an environment every day where the same people are there all the time, it's comforting at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
And good accountability, especially if you don't have it at home, which is important. If you don't have it at home, you've got to find that accountability somewhere else.
Yeah, you
do. You just have to. And whether you hire a personal trainer and get it professionally or you just find a buddy, whatever, just do it. So that's kind of where my focus is this week.
Throwing a little Nike out there. Just do it.
Just do it. Well, I am a Nike girl. I can say that if there's one brand that I feel like I'm a Nike person. I wear Nike shoes all the time. I'm drawn to it.
Good
and it's not because of Jordan, Runyon.
Jordan, the greatest ever.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
The journey or the trip? What's it going to be?
Exactly.
Going to take a bunch of trips?
You just want to take a long journey and just do it.
Just do it, man.
Change your life.
Yes.
For the better.
For the best.
Whether it's fitness, financial, career, school, think about it.
Make the commitment, make the plan. That's what I need to do in several areas, and that's what I'm going to do. And we'll talk about it throughout 2019.
Here we go.
Good night.
Bye.